bacon cheeseburger soup, carnivore waffles, and a few other things. Let me show you what I am meal prepping for the week. These are so neutral and delicious that they also work well for hamburger buns, and I'm going to cook some lean ground turkey. And you may be thinking, Courtney, why are you doing that? That's kind of gross too, it's so lean. Some other things I like to have on hand for easy meals or easy snacks for the kids. I'm gonna top it with some cheese and some bacon sprinkles, the best kind of sprinkles out there. Before we start cooking, I want to share an event that I'm going to be cooking at next year. I will be joined by some of my favorite carnivore chefs that you may already know and love here on YouTube. This event is called Meat Stock. It will be in May of 2026 in the Smoky Mountains. I hope you guys can join us. The lineup is wild. It's all your favorite carnivores. Dr. Barry, Dr. Baker, Dr. Chafee, Dr. Berg will be there. Vonnie, Food Babe as well. Alex Clark, Callie Means, Ben Bickman, Kelly Hogan. And I mean, the list is way too long to even rattle off. It's going to be epic. Please join us. I would love to see you there. If you use code LUNA, it will give you a discount from your convention tickets. So please let me know if you're going to join us. I can't wait to meet you guys. Bacon cheeseburger soup, carnivore waffles, and a few other things. Let me show you what I am meal prepping for the week. Super helpful for busy nights. If you have kids, it just makes your life a little bit easier to get things made ahead of time. First, we are going to start baking our bacon, and I don't even preheat it. I will start the oven when I get this on the pan at 400 degrees, but I don't wait for it to heat. I get this on my sheet pans and I will pop it in. If you're using a full pound, it's going to take 2 sheets. And you're going to bake it for about 35 minutes or so. And halfway through, you're going to want to shift the sheets. The one at the bottom, bring up top. The one up top, bring to the bottom. So I will be making a full pound, and honestly, this isn't going to last the week. It will probably last a couple days, but I'm also going to be using this for part of the bacon cheeseburger soup that we will make next. We will get both of our sheets of bacon in the oven and let that go. If you are following along in my book, the baked bacon is on page 166. And now for the bacon cheeseburger soup, it is on page 118. Today, I'm going to be doubling my recipe just so we have a little bit more than just one meal. So I'm going to get my pot hot and ready. I'm going to add some fat to that just so it doesn't stick. Going to add 2 pounds of beef to this until it's cooked through and browned, so about 15 minutes or so. In the meantime, we are going to shred our cheese. So because mine is doubled, I'm using 16 ounces today. And normally we use raw dairy from a farm that ships. So I will link that below if you are interested, but we ate through our supply. So I'm using lovely old grocery store dairy right now. And occasionally we want to break this up and give it a stir. Probably should have used a bigger pot. This is going to be filled to the tippy top. This is about cooked through, and I just wanted to mention a couple things. You may not need to add any salt depending on your broth, so I would just hold off. I would not season the meat. Wait till the end. I typically don't add any salt. Also, you may want to drain some of this grease. It's just a preference. A lot of people want that extra fat, so you can leave it in, but just know, as far as presentation, if you're making this for a guest, it will make the top look a little oily and greasy. Now we are going to add the broth, cream cheese, and heavy cream. And remember that I am doubling my recipe than what the original calls for. I'm going to add 2 cups of broth, and I use beef broth, but honestly use chicken if you like, if that's what you have. 8 ounces of cream cheese. I should really change my pot. This is not a good idea. Maybe I should have followed my own directions. I think it says in the book, in a medium-sized Dutch oven. And I'm using my small one. I'm going to add in that. I'm going to change my pot because it really is going to be to the tip top. And I know you guys are used to me being a disaster in the kitchen, but I think, oh, the bacon. Don't forget about the bacon. Okay, we're going to swap the bacon and change pots. I'm not going to film it because you know this is going to be a disaster. It was actually smooth sailing, if you can believe that or not. So we are going to add the cream, which will be 1 cup. So if you are buying grocery store dairy, I like this brand Strauss. Comes in glass bottles, which you can return for and get your deposit back. And there's no gums in it. So we are going to bring this to a low simmer over medium-high heat. We're going to get this all blended and bubbly, and then we are going to turn it off and add in the cheese, and then it will be ready. So as you can see, there is a low simmer going on. So we're going to turn this off and add in all our cheese. How much can I get on the floor? So we're going to stir that in and get the bacon out. That might be on its way to burn. Looking good. And be sure to save the grease, okay? We're going to pour this into a little ramekin, and then you can cook with it. Like I have here, I just always keep bacon grease on my counter. I wanted to show you what I meant about how there'll be like little grease bubbles on top, which is totally fine. But if you do drain the grease from the meat, then you will have more of a smooth, velvety looking, kind of like a mac and cheese sauce, and it won't look oily. Okay, we have our bowl of soup. It's hot. I'm going to top it with some cheese and some bacon sprinkles, the best kind of sprinkles out there. Let's try it. Why am I whispering? It's amazing, if I do say so myself. Next, we are taking my carnivore bread recipe and we are going to make waffles out of it. This is on page 82. If you don't do dairy, use my all-purpose waffles on page 86. The one with the dairy gives it a little bit more of a neutral flavor, which my kids prefer. So I will toast these up for them in the morning, and I use a keto sugar for them, and we'll top them with that. But these are so neutral and delicious that they also work well for hamburger buns, sandwiches, using them as bread and not just like as a waffle. So I'm cutting the recipe in half. So that will call for 6 eggs. We got these blue eggs from the farmer's market. Aren't they so pretty? So I'm going to pop 6 eggs. I use my little food processor. It just makes things a little bit more easier for blending things up. Do 3/4 of a cup of cottage cheese. And I like the brand Good Culture. You can also use sour cream, cream cheese, and you can try different fats. Fat percentages of this. Like this one, I think is low fat. I've done full fat. Like we've tried it all. This recipe is very versatile. You can even add a sweetener into this, like a monk fruit or allulose. You can add cinnamon or pumpkin pie spice. That would be good. Half a stick of melted butter. 1 cup of pork panko. This is the brand I'm using, Porking Good. You can actually use discount code Luna on this if you want, from their website, or if you buy it from Amazon. My code won't work there, but just check and see which gives you the better deal. Or you can grind your own. Get pork rinds. Make sure they're not in seed oils. Grind them up in a food processor, or put them in a bag and go to town with a bat. Maybe not a bat. Maybe a rolling pin might be better. All right, let's blend this up, and then we're going to make some waffles. Okay, so this is what the batter looks like. Let me get a scoop. And I'm going to use my mini waffle maker and cook that up. So we're going to get all these cooked up, and then I want to talk to you guys about a couple things. So I'm going to get this pan turned on, and I'm going to cook some lean ground turkey. And you may be thinking, Courtney, why are you doing that? That's kind of gross too. It's so lean. I am playing around with switching up my macros a little bit. So instead of just eating fatty meats, I am lowering my fat just a tad. So not all my days are this lean, not even all the meals, because 6 grams of fat in this whole thing, that's like nothing. So I'm still eating fatty meats, but I am switching it up here and there with some leaner stuff, and also playing around with some sauerkraut. I am playing around with adding sauerkraut in. Doesn't mean that you need to do that. I don't want to derail anybody from what they're doing. I am just giving this a shot and see how things go. I get this one from Whole Foods, and this one I feel like is everywhere, but this massive one was from Costco. So I am pairing this when I have the leaner ones, because having a bowl of lean ground turkey is not as amazing as a bowl of fatty ground beef. So when I mix some of that in, it makes it a little bit more tolerable. Oops, forget about the waffles. We'll keep those going. We're going to use the spoon from the soup that's sitting here. So we're going to cook this up, and I won't bore you by also showing you how I'm cooking ground beef, but I do like to make big batches of ground beef. So that's in the fridge, ready to go, easy to warm up for the kids. Speaking of the kids, and can make burger bowls or taco bowls or something like that. So it's just an easy, quick protein to have on hand. Some other things I like to have on hand for easy meals or easy snacks for the kids are, we do deviled eggs, or even just having hard-boiled eggs in the fridge ready to grab. Salami, either getting it pre-cut or cutting up your own. We also do deli meat, so we will do turkey and cheese roll-ups. Pork rind cereal. Don't knock it if you try it. It's really great for an easy breakfast for the kids especially. So you just crunch up some pork rinds in a bowl. You can use, like I'll use milk for the kids, a little drizzle of cream, a little sprinkle of cinnamon. I also have a monk fruit allulose blend, so I will add that to their pork rind cereal. And even just cooking up a batch of steaks. Like right now I have a bunch of sirloins in the fridge, and cooking that up, slicing it, eating it cold. I actually really enjoy cold steak. Or you can just pan fry them and get them all prepped and ready to go. Like cook them halfway, and then when you're ready to eat, you can just finish the cooking either in the air fryer or in the oven, just to cut some time in half. So I hope this video was helpful for you. If you have my book, let me know which recipe you would like to see me cook next. And like, comment, subscribe, hot, all the things, and I will see you guys next time.